Hi, Catherine. Thanks for being patient for your critique. I hope support let you know I'm going through some little bit of trying times with my mom. She's going through some very significant health issues, so my time is kind of split between her and work. So we're getting there, though. So anyway, I do appreciate your patience. And also, I do see that your images are loaded onto the site many times. So it looks like maybe you were having some difficulty with uploading your images. Just if that is the case, just let support know and they will help you out. So I went through and I was trying to get them all oriented properly, but I wasn't able to do that because there are so many of them in there. So I don't know what was going on exactly. But that's neither here nor there to the work that you did. I think this one's great. I love that you've mixed some different colors in here in the field, the pink and the orange and the more muted pinks. That's really good. Nice job. I like what you did in the sky. A little bit unusual colors. You kept this also the river and the grasses. You've kept on the simple side, and I appreciate that you've let your marks just sit there and it doesn't look like you fussed with them very much. So that's really excellent. A couple things that I just want to mention. So right here, this little bit of texture in the foliage mass, I feel like this texture begins to look like this texture. And because everything else back here is smooth, my eye goes right here. It's very much an eye magnet. So I would probably settle that down. And I think that alone would really help your piece here. I also think this little bit of water, there's no bank here. I think the water it's lying flat here. That's good, but here it appears to be moving up, and you don't want that. You want the water to lie flat, and so that's just a little. And this area, because it's where the water is meeting the horizon, it's also an area of great contrast. It's where, perspective wise, these lines are converging right here. So this little spot right here is garnering a lot of attention, as well as this right above it. So this whole area right here of your painting is important, and so I would want to spend a little bit more time working out these little small. To me, this is a drawing thing. I also think that I like the color that you used back here for this distant hillside. That's good. I would kind of like to see this edge be just a teeny bit softer. I think your piece could handle that. But other than that, I think it's very satisfying, very successful. Yeah, so it's looking good. Okay, what else? I hope yeah, see this is, or I couldn't get it oriented correctly. Let me see, hang on. Yeah, I'm really sorry, I can't, I'm looking at it sideways, but I like this. The colors that you've got in here in the banks, really good. I think this one, the water is lying more flat. I think that works. Again, your mark making, I think, is really good, Catherine. I just like that you're putting the pastel down and not futzing with it too much. You've got a nice variety of mark making modes. Also, really good. I think that this sunset sky here, not sure how great that is working. And I think a couple things. That the value of the other parts of the sky are pretty close to this, so this isn't coming out as glowing as much as it could be. So in order to get that to happen, I think some of this might need to be a little bit darker up here. And so you're going to have to save those really bright yellows and maybe even white for this area to have that pop that you might want it to have. I also think that the fact that the sun is dipping, this area is creating a strong V and the sun sitting in there. I'm not sure if that works. I probably, if it were mine, wouldn't have done that. I probably would have let this just come right across and then let the sun, be dipping behind. Because this looks almost like the sun is carving this out. You see that? But I really like how you did the reflection of the sky in the water. I don't think it's a bad thing that you've got blue here. You could put a little hint of blue up here. Not sure how necessary it is. I sometimes I'll do that. Generally speaking, you want something that's happening in the reflection to be it's a reflection of what's happening in the sky. So maybe that's something to play with or not. But overall, I really like this. I think it works really well. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Yeah, this one. Oh, yeah, you put the little mallard in here. That's fun. I think it's fun. It's playful and joyful. I like it. Uh, I think the muted tones are interesting. I might have been, if this had been mine, I might have gone ahead and somewhere in here let there be a little hint of, a pop of color of, something really bright and intense maybe in the sky. But that's just me. That's very, very individual. On here, I'm not sure what this is. It doesn't read for me as water. Maybe it is, but again, it's not kind of lying flat, and it's not meandering anywhere. This also is confusing to me. I'm not sure what, I think you may mean it to be water, but does it have a bank? Is this foliage mass floating on top of it? You see, there's no boundary to it. There's no bank. I don't know what's happening spatially there. So that's the kind of thing that I'm looking to resolve in my paintings. Because I don't really think, I think all, that if this is a little bit of water that's meandering here and this coming forward and you've got the duck, I kind of don't think you need this. I would probably eliminate something like that because it's, my eye is kind of going all over the place in compositionally. So yeah, but I do I do like the whimsy of this, and I like the softness of the colors that you used. So yeah, I think you're doing really great. It looks like you're getting a lot of painting in, just practicing. It's very nice. Good work. And your sky. Yeah, and again, this one's, a nice example of, I do like your mark making. Looks, you're not afraid to put the pastel down. You're planning for your shapes. You're developing a nice mark making vocabulary. All good stuff. And this one, I would say, these couple little white spots, I probably would have just brought this yellow right behind and said, but that's so picky. This is just a little exercise and really more about the gesture of the sky and the clouds, and you're doing that really successfully. So it's good stuff. Yeah, I'm sorry about the orientation of your piece. And I know you have one other piece in another submission, so let me go grab that. Yeah, okay, this one. Yes, I remember seeing this. So I think that this piece, it's a little confusing. There's a lot going on that's very similar in value, and you've got lots of little bits, little kind of marks that are little bits. So in something like this, when something that's really green like this, and it's got reflections, and it's got the lots of different kinds of maybe delicate foliage and grasses and all kinds of elements that you really can have a tendency to break up the value masses. You know, I want to try to see it as simply as possible, and I want to keep the value masses together as much as I can. So I'd kind of have to see the reference material to say a whole lot about this. I'm a little bit confused about what it exactly is happening here. I feel like this is the sky, and I've got, and compositionally, that's a nice entree. You're pointing and pointing to this with these branches, and then you've given me a little opening here. But I guess I kind of want to see some areas that are massed together as groups of foliage masses rather than all these little bits of similar value throughout the piece, because it's hard to know what's going on spatially because of that. So if you want to share your reference on this with me, maybe I can help you out a little bit more. Okay? Let's see what else. Is there one more? No, I think that was it. I think that's all I remember seeing. Anyway, Catherine, thank you very much for being patient with me with the critique. It's much appreciated. I'm trying to get back on track and be a little more timely with everything. So anyway, appreciate it. And if you have any questions, let me know. Talk to you soon.